up with Angela Yee.
That's
my girl,
right.
Chella's here from Chicago.
Chella.
Hey, Chella H.
Hey, girl.
We're starting the show off just having a good time. It snowed.
It did.
Here on the way to work. St. John is going to be joining us today. He has a new album coming out February 21st. Oh, sorry, a new collection coming out February 21st. He likes to tie in his fashion with his music. It's not an album. It is a collection. Okay. It's called Festival Season. I'm excited for that. You know, he's from Brooklyn.
I know.
And Guyana. He's Guyanese. So we'll be talking to him today. What's today's date? February 6th? We actually started this show 2 years ago. So this show is now 2 years old. All right, cut it. That's it. All right. And let's start the show with some love and some positivity. Let's shine a light. 800-292-5150. Today we also are going to mourn the death of Irv Gotti, too, because unfortunately they have announced that he has passed away at the age of 54. Wow. Definitely left behind a legacy. We'll talk about that as well. But right now, let's shine a light. 800-292-5150. Call us up. Let us know who you want to shine a light on. It's way up.
I'ma shine. Turn your lights on, y'all.
Turn your lights on.
Spreading love to those who are doing greatness.
Shine a light on them. Shine a light on them.
It's time to shine a light on them.
Yo, it's way up with Angela Yee. Happy February 6th. Chella's here.
It's your girl, Chella H, Big H.
And I know while you're here, you want to get these shines off. So who do you want to shine a light on?
Okay, so I want to shine a light on a lot of people. Well, not a lot of people, but all my people from Chicago in the beauty industry. First of all, my girl Pretty Heaven, Fly Girl, my girl Tracy, Samantha, Be So Fly, India on the nails, Maisha on the nails, Veronica on the locks, Barry on the brows, Sheena Marie on the makeup, and braids by Valencia, Talisha, and Keitha.
So no matter when I come to Chicago, I can get everything done.
All my girls go hook you up. So I just want to show my girls some love. So shout out to my Chicago girls.
You know, the beauty industry is such a huge industry for us, and I love to see us owning things and taking charge.
Yes.
In that space.
That's right.
So shout out to y'all. Shout out to Chicago.
That's right.
All right, now who do you guys want to shine a light on? Who do you want to spread some love to? 1-800-292-5150. Shakira, who do you want to shine a light on?
Oh, I wanted to shine the light on my daughter, Zaima Cohen. Today she turned 17. That's my youngest baby in the house, so she's doing really good in school. I'm proud of her. I just wanted to tell her I love her so much, and she's absolutely loved.
Aww,
Zaima
so
Cohen.
sweet.
So look, how many other kids do you have since she's the youngest?
I have an 18-year-old. She's in Howard University right now, so she's in Washington, D.C.
You are doing the damn thing, too, by the
you
way.
Did that.
Oh, thank you. I'm trying.
All right. Well, shout out to them and shout out to you. I could tell.
Shout out to you.
Yeah, you killing it out here. Howard University. That's amazing.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I know. I'm so proud of her. She's pre-med, too, so.
Oh, you didn't say all that. Okay. And where does does Zaima know where she want to go?
Girl, she's an artist. You know, you always got that one. She's very, she's an entrepreneur. Girl, she does everything. Like, she's hands-on. She might not be my A student, but she DCs. You know how to cook, clean. She know how to do everything. So that's what it usually comes with, you know. You got a brainiac and you got one who's well-rounded. So
She's a creative.
I'm grateful. But I'm grateful. Thank you for taking my call, and you guys enjoy your weekend and have a good day.
Thank you. She's
Have a
so
good
pleasant.
day.
Love it. Thank you. All right. Well, that was Shine a Light. 800-292-5150. If you couldn't get through, you can still leave a message and shine a light that way. And when we come back, it's Yee tea time. And of course, we got to start off with giving our condolences to Irv Gotti's family. Unfortunately, at the age of 54, he has passed away. We'll tell you what people are saying about this online. It's way up.
They say it's truth in the rumors.
From industry shade to all the gossip, Angela's spilling that Yee tea.
It's way up with Angela Yee. I'm here with Chella H.
That's right.
Girl, Chella H, Big
Chella.
H.
All right, and unfortunately, Irv Gotti has passed away. Multiple sources close to his family say that he did die Wednesday in New York City. Unclear exactly how he died. From what I heard, he was having health issues. He had that stroke. He had a stroke last year, and I guess things were better for a period of time, and you just never know what can happen. When he suffered his stroke, a rep said that diabetes was a factor, but they said he did improve his diet as a result. Now, a lot of people went on social media to express their condolences. Ja Rule put a broken heart emoji. Jamie Foxx said, wow, rest in power, my brother. Your music and your legacy will never be forgotten. Irv, you have spread a lot of love and a lot of wisdom to everyone that you met. Rest up. Kanye put a dove with flowers. Uncle Russell Simmons, posted, "Please don't let Irv Gotti go without acknowledging the tragedy of his death and of black men's and women's health in America." Fat Joe said, "What a genius. God bless you, Irv. Thank you for all you've done for hip hop. You changed my life and I will always love you." Now, I do want to acknowledge that we've interviewed him a couple of times, and Irv Gotti was great at talking. He did that Drink Champs episode a couple of times. And one thing that he talked about when we sat down with him for lip service was his BET documentary that came out in 2022 called The Murder Inc. Story. It was a 3-part series, and here's what he had to say while he was promoting that.
And you know why I really like it? Because it captures the true Irv Gotti. The true Irving Lorenzo. It starts off, me and my family when I'm a kid, and it just lets everyone know it's for my family. It talks about when my dad gets laid off, and that's what inspired me. I wasn't taking life serious until...
But that's important because I feel like sometimes people do documentaries from their point of view and they leave out a lot of because they don't want to look bad. So make sure, and I'm sure people are going to go and rewatch that, again. All right, Wendy Williams' guardian will now have a new mental evaluation for her. The court-appointed guardian, Sabrina Morrissey, who everybody has issues with, has informed the judge about Wendy's recent interviews where she says she does not have frontotemporal dementia. That was the original diagnosis that landed her in an assisted living facility. And so now they're saying that they want to be transparent about Wendy's condition, and they think it would be prudent for her to undergo a new medical evaluation that will involve comprehensive neurological and psychological testing by a specialist in the field. They also want the judge to put the A&E lawsuit on ice pending the results of the new evaluation. But, Wendy has expressed that she wants to get out of there and that she feels like she's okay.
Well,
Yeah, so we're going to see what ends up happening with that. But I just couldn't imagine not having access to my money, not being able to move as I want, not being able to see my family. So this also, I think, calls into a bigger question about court-appointed guardians and how those laws need to change. All right, well, that is your Yeetie. When we come back, we have About Last Night. That's where we discuss what we did last night. It's Way Up.
So, about last night. Here's how it went down.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here. My girl Chella is here.
That's right.
It's your girl, Chella H, Big H.
So Chella's visiting from Chicago, and one thing I have to say is, coming to New York, you see how much every single day I do. And she was like, can we just be in a house?
Just a couple of hours.
Just for a couple of hours, just for one night.
But I love it, though.
Ooh, my phone is on. Sorry, guys. That's so irresponsible of me. But yes, and so you kind of took it easy a little bit last night, right?
Yeah.
Just
chilling. Got some work done, though.
All right. Well, I actually was, of course, at my coffee shop. So shout out to Barry Cooper from the Bro Experience. He came to meet with me. He's an educator also. And he has his nonprofit where he works a lot with young men. And we're just talking about different things that we can do in conjunction with each other at the coffee shop. But what he was saying is a lot of social workers and a lot of teachers like to hang out after work hours. And so maybe there's some type of mixer that we can do there.
Yeah. That's
a regular thing. So I'm looking forward to doing some things like that. Having a business and wanting to make sure that you're active in the community, that is part of what it is that I want to do. And I think in particular now, as we're watching what's happening with DEI going away with a lot of these corporations that were acting like they were doing things because they cared about the community. And now we realize if they don't have to do it, they won't. It just makes me feel like we got to go a lot harder. I've been seeing a lot of businesses closing down.
Yeah, it's rough.
It's really rough. And along those lines, I want to talk about this interview that Tashera Simmons did with Carlos King. Now, Tashera Simmons is DMX's ex-wife. They were actually married and they were together from when they were really young. And she was on Carlos King talking about some of the bad business decisions that DMX made when he had the opportunity to be involved with a lot of different things. Here's what she had to say.
They asked X about the Barclays Center. They called him and said Jay is in and they want to know if you want to put in $1 million to get in. Unfortunately, I hate to say ignorant, but it's when you're ignorant and we don't have any real business sense. X didn't want to do it. And now look.
Are there regrets, Chella, that you have that maybe when you were younger, you had the opportunity to do something and you're like, man, I should have did that. I remember talking to Uncle Murder and he was talking about buying Bitcoin early on because somebody told him to do it and that helped him a lot.
Yeah. I got a few. I actually do. One is even like, okay, so early on in music, I didn't know a lot about business. So I was offered opportunities that I didn't take advantage of.
Okay.
So it's like,
You think you were scared, or you
just lack of knowledge. You know, a lot of us who don't really know, and depending on who you're around, if I knew better, I would have did better.
Right.
But
And
then again, I got stuff that I did that I wish I didn't do.
I was going to say, sometimes those bad business decisions are like, man, I wish I wouldn't have signed that contract, or I wouldn't have done that. Well, we want to hear from you guys. What are some things in life that you maybe had the opportunity to do that you wish that you would have done? And I want to talk about this because there's still time.
Yeah, it is.
There's still time. So 800-292-5150. We're talking about bad business decisions. What are some bad business, I can't even say it. It's a tongue twister. What are some bad business decisions that you've made? 800-292-5150. Call us up.
Yeah, let's go.
Turn me up. Here we go again.
This is Way Up with Angela Yee.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee, and we're talking about a business decision that we regret, a bad business decision. This comes from Tashira Simmons, that's DMX's wife, on Carlos King, talking about DMX making some bad business decisions. Here's what she said.
They asked X about the Barclays Center. They called him and said, Jay is in, and they want to know if you want to put in $1 million to get in. Unfortunately, I hate to say ignorant, but it's when we're ignorant and we don't have any real business sense. X didn't want to do it. And now look.
Could have had part of the Barclays. Now, Chella is here, Chella H.
That's right.
And we previously talked about some things like as an artist from Chicago that you could have done that you didn't do.
For sure.
I even think about myself. When I bought my first house, I had an opportunity. One of my friends, her family, they were selling off a couple of the properties that were passed down to them. I could have bought this amazing, huge, beautiful house. And I passed on it. It was such a great price. It'd probably be worth, I would say, about 4 times what they were selling it for today.
Wow.
About 4 times. But it was it needed a lot of renovation.
Right.
It was a 1-family house. That's what it was zoned for. So I really wanted something that was a 2-family. And then the first house I bought was a full gut renovation that also was included in the price.
Right.
And so while I regret that decision, I don't know what it would have been like for me. I didn't know any contractors. I wouldn't have been getting some income in, but it still would have been a beautiful property. I mean, it's a beautiful house. And then there's definitely a lot of contracts that I wish I wouldn't have signed where I had to pay people. My first ever agent in radio, he was awful and never did anything for me. And then I had to pay him out until my contract was up. And he was like, I don't care. I don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
But anyway, we want to hear your guys' regrets because that's part of life, right?
Yeah.
Nay, what's a bad business decision that you regret?
I think a bad business decision I could have hopped on was maybe 10 years ago. My grandma had a friend whose son wanted to come to America for school, and they wanted me to marry him so that he could get a visa. But I was so young and scared that I dodged it.
Why do you think that was a bad business decision?
Because I could have been up right there.
How much was they going to give you?
Well, I know for the initial marriage thing was supposed to be about $3,500, and then for every year we're married, I was supposed to receive funds.
Let me tell you what was going to
that ain't that
happen.
much.
They would have gave you $3,500, and then after that, he wouldn't have gave you no more money, and then you would have been really upset, and then he would have been staying in the country because y'all would have got divorced, but he would have been okay by then, and you would have just made $3,500, and that's it, and you'd have been mad.
And they was cutting you because people be getting way more than that.
Yeah.
Well, see, I'm glad I didn't do it. But again, I was 18. I'm about to be 28. So it was a while.
That $3,500 might have went a long way.
Hey, who knows?
Well, thank you for calling. Who knows what could have happened? Maybe y'all would have fell in love.
Right.
Hey, Sharina, how are you?
What's up, Sharina?
I'm good. I can't complain.
So what's a bad business decision that you regret?
I was being elected to run for the school board in my town where I'm from, and I just felt like it wasn't my ministry at the time. I didn't want to do it. And fast forward about 3 years later, I'm back in New York, and I'm back in the same town. I'm like, damn, I could have been doing my big one for my students all of this time, and I just really regret that. But I am going to pick up where I left off.
That's what I'm
ain't
saying.
too late.
Yeah, it's
Ain't
never
too
too late. You still got it.
Yes. Can I give a shout out to my principal?
Yep.
I want to shout out Principal Sibbs at Wyandanch High School. He's doing a great job over there with the students. He took our students to Africa last year. That was the first time that's been done, so big up to him.
All right,
That's
thank you
what's
for
up.
calling, and you can still do it.
And
Go
it's going
for
to be done.
Thank you. All right, well, those are people calling in with their bad business decisions.
Yeah.
And guess what? it's going to continue to happen because the more risk you take, the more chance there is that maybe you'll make a decision that isn't that good.
Right.
So you can't beat yourself up about it, but what you can do is move forward.
That's right. That's
and
what
learn
I'm
from
doing.
it. Yeah. All right. Well, when we come back, we have your Yeetie. And let's talk about my girl, Cash Doll. She was on Club Shay Shay. We'll give you some of those highlights. It's way up.
Yo, she about to blow the lid up off this pot. Let's get it. Oh, yeah. Angela's spilling that Yee tea. Come and get the tea.
It's way up with Angela Yee. I'm here with my girl, Chella H.
That's right.
Chella H, big H.
Chella.
And I got to start it off with saying a congratulations to Soraya and Joey Badass. They are expecting their first child together.
Oh, that's so
I love
sweet.
that.
I
Both
love
of them
it.
amazing. Soraya actually was on the runway at the Adore Me fashion show, and that's when she revealed her baby bump.
That's
How
right.
cute is that?
That's so cute.
I remember when they first got together too, and I want to say, every time I see Joey, I remind him of when he did Lip Service, and he was acting like he wasn't going to settle down, and he is too settled down now. So I love to see that for him.
That's so sweet. Real quick, can I give a shout out to Joycey and Designer on their new baby as well?
Oh yeah, she
Shout
had
out
the baby
to
shower.
Joycey. Yeah, baby
Joycey
shower.
and
was
Designer.
lit.
Everybody's having babies.
Yes.
All right, now speaking of babies, Cash Doll is a mom of 2, and she just did Club Shay Shay. Now, of course, is a part 1 and a part 2. I was watching the interview. You know, I love me some Cash Doll. I know you do too.
Yes, I do.
Don't you have a song with Cash Doll?
I do. Me, Cash, and Trina.
And Trina.
Options, one of her early songs.
All right. Well, Cash Doll was on there, and she talked about she got Shannon Sharp to talk about the time that he dated a stripper. Now, I saw the clip going viral where she discusses how she used to be a stripper, the amount of money that she made. She got in and out of that. And it's all very true, by the way. Anybody who's questioning it, the first time I met Cash Doll, they went crazy over her at Coast for Kids in Detroit. And so I know everybody knew her from being a stripper, but also from being an entrepreneur and just being lit in Detroit.
Yes.
Well, here is what Shannon Sharp had to say about when he dated a stripper.
I had a man while I was doing that.
Oh, did you?
I had a woo.
Hey, so he drop you off, come pick you up?
Flat out.
I've done that too.
You a real one.
Set that alarm about 3.
Yeah, I'm like, let me go pick up my girl. That says a lot about you.
They about to kill us.
You
They
are
about to kill us in
very
the car.
confident. with
Yeah, for
yourself.
sure.
I love that he said I did that too.
He ain't wrong.
Set that alarm at 3. And you don't want to have to wait in the car too long. Like, what is going on inside?
Exactly.
Now she also, I did not know this, but her mom has 5 kids and from a young age. Here's what she said.
My mom had 5 kids at 21. She used to work, so she wasn't there most of the time. So those were my kids.
My mom is the oldest girl.
Yeah.
You basically, your
They're
doctor
my
role is
kids.
the
That's
woman
why it took
of the
me so
mom.
long to have them. Because I already had kids.
Right.
And they're still my kids.
Mhm.
I'm the second mom.
She talked about just growing up and them having to like put on the oven to heat up the house, and then it'd be cold in the D. So
Yeah, I can relate. Midwest things.
All right. Well, another thing that she talked about was Drake and how she had a jealous boyfriend at the time that did not like her taking a picture with Drake. Here's what she said.
Is it true that your boyfriend broke up with you? You took a picture with Drake?
He was just jealous. Some people don't understand their woman being around them type of men.
It's hard.
He was so mad. But he wasn't the one who ended the relationship. I ended that But he caused all this ruckus about taking a picture, and I'm just like, this is my coworker.
It's so
It
crazy.
be like that. I get it.
I dated a guy once that used to be so mad if I took a picture with somebody.
Yeah.
Like, I would literally be at an event and it would be like at the step and repeat taking pictures, and he would like screenshot them and send them to me and be like, so you let them put an arm around you?
Exactly.
I'm like, you gotta go.
I dated a guy that I could only dab guys. I couldn't.
You could dab?
They couldn't
Okay.
hug me.
All right, well, that is your UT. When we come back, under the radar, the stories that are not necessarily in the headlines, they're flying under the radar, but we want to make sure you're aware. It's way up.
In the news that relates to you. These stories are flying under the radar.
All right, it's way up with Angela Yee. I'm here with my girl, Chella.
That's right.
Now, Chella, under the radar, do you know of this procedure called the Chicago?
Low key, I don't. What is it?
So, this is Dr. Benjamin Coughlin. He's made his Chicago-based practice entirely about chins and jaws. He has a procedure called the Chicago. That's where they do like fat pad sculpting combined with jawline contouring and the face BBL. They move fat from one part of the face to the other. And he says his patients are 41% male. A lot of them want a more chiseled look. Yeah, so
I don't know, but get up with me.
All right, Chicago.
He could
They
test
said
it out on
men
me.
getting plastic surgery is not anything new, although men may not be as open about it as women. They've done things like they've gotten their calves done to make them like bulkier looking. Of course, they've slimmed down their stomachs. They've flown to Turkey to get hair and things like that. But now they said men are starting to do more with their faces, and more specifically the lower third of the face, the chin, the jawline, and the neck. So they said chin implants have gone up 26%.
Wow.
Chicago.
Look, I'm ready.
You get a Chicago? I don't know if you should.
I get this done on the neck.
All right, and makeup brushes are now dirtier, they're saying, than a toilet seat. A new study has revealed there is a horrifying amount of bacteria on unwashed brushes. No matter where you store them, they said it's the same or more than a toilet seat. They swapped clean and unclean makeup brushes at the end of 2 weeks. And comparing them to the results of this toilet seat, they found that no matter where you store them, the number of bacteria was either the same or more than the toilet.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so when you see people with their face all broken out, you know they're not washing their brush. You gotta wash your brushes.
Disgusting.
And sometimes when I travel, you just be like, I'm gonna just use the same brush, and then you put it back in the little thing, the little pack, and put it away.
Ew.
All right, now there's also winter alerts for millions. There's freezing rain that's threatening power outages and saying it's dangerous to travel. I know your flight got canceled.
It did.
Yeah,
so they let me change it.
Yeah, they
so
change it
I'll
for
be
free.
here tomorrow.
I know, that's right. All right, well, that is your under the radar stories. But everybody, make sure you check your flights. If you're planning to travel or go anywhere, be safe when you're out there driving. If you can stay home, you know what it is. Do it. If you can take the train, do that. But there's going to be winter weather alerts for more than 100 million people across 22 states.
Yeah, that black ice is crazy right now.
And just know that when there's a delay over there, it causes delays here. It's a trickle effect. So just make sure you check in. All right, that is your under the radar. Now, St. John is going to be joining us today. Festival season, his newest collection is coming out February 21st. And we're going to hear from him about a lot of different things. And you're going to love this conversation. I know I did. And we also have the Way Up mix at the top of the hour. All right, it's Way Up.
Way Up.
Just like to talk like they Angela Yee, like they Angela Yee.
Man, she's spilling it all. This is Yee T. Way Up.
It's Way Up at Angela Yee. I'm here with my girl Chella.
That's right.
Chella H, Big H.
Is it Friday? No, huh?
It's Thursday.
No, it feels like a Friday. Thank you to Entramets. They made some amazing cupcakes for us for Way Up with Angela Yee. 2 years on the air.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? All right, and let's start it off with Clarissa Shields. She was on her live, and she was talking about why she values and loves her man, Papoose. Here's what she said.
Yeah, that's why I said I love him. I love having his support, you know what I'm saying? It's like very different from what I've had in the past, and how he speaks to me and stuff is very different.
That's
Okay, she loves him publicly, out loud.
She ain't wrong.
Walked her into the ring, won that fight. You know what I'm saying? So shout
Tying
out
up
to
them Tims.
Yeah, had the Tims tied up. All right, now let's talk about what is going on. Well, it looks like Big Meech has broken his silence, responding to 50 Cent, calling him a rat. And you know, he posted internet gangster, and he blacked out 50's face in the picture that was posted online. 50's been going at him, basically saying that he's a rat, etc. One person who was very disappointed in all of this was Lil Meech. Now, Lil Meech reached out to 50, and we only noticed because 50 posted the text messages and said, they just told me you unfollowed me off Instagram, and now you managing Skillet Baby with Rocket when I brought him around you first when you didn't have a clue who he was. Now you mad at me when I would take the shirt off my back for you. I can't believe this, man. You act as if I'm your enemy. I'm only showing you love and loyalty and human. I go through my own ish, but I never switched up on you. F Ross. But he gave my dad some bread so he can afford to pay his bills until our next season starts. This internet ish is throwing me off, man. You know me in real life. Wow. And then 50 Cent posted those messages and said, what next season, little ninja? He should have known 50 was going to post the messages.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
the whole
crazy.
thing is just a mess. Well, 50 Cent's son, Marquise, also chimed in on all of this. Because if you recall, Lil Meech did jump into a conversation between 50 Cent and Marquise previously. And here's what Marquise had to say.
You thought you were special. You really thought you were special. Who told you you were special?
Wow.
If anybody knows, it's Marquise. Like, yeah. And there you have it. So I don't know if I guess BMF, this is the last season, but maybe that was always the plan anyway.
Yeah, maybe so. For
this to be the last season. Okay, Drake is going to be putting out a solo album after he does his collab LP with Party Next Door that's coming out for Valentine's Day. And he was talking to his fans while he was on tour. He has a 16-day tour in Australia. Here's what he said.
I got a new album coming out on Valentine's Day with Party Next Door. It's got some sexy songs for you. And you know, eventually when the time is right, Drizzy Drake alone by himself is gonna have to have a one-on-one talk to y'all. When the time is right.
When the
I'm
time
ready.
is right. I cannot wait to see what he comes with. You know, everybody's going to at least be curious to see. It's interesting because DJ Khaled had previously posted that he had 2 Drake songs. He said, FYI, Drake's back to work. So am I. This the one with 2 Drakes. New album 2025. And he also had said that Rihanna is going to be on the album too. That's what he was alluding to. But then Drake said in the comments, must be at Drake Bell. And then DJ Khaled deleted.
Wow.
Message. So maybe that wasn't a done deal or there was a miscommunication. So
spoke too soon.
I know. All right. Well, that is your Yee Tea. When we come back, we have Ask Yee. 800-292-5150. Call us up. Any question you have, we're here to help. It's Way Up.
Whether it's relationship or career advice, Angela's dropping facts.
Thought you should know.
This is Ask Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here with my girl, Chella H.
That's right.
And it's time for Ask Yee. Now, Chella, don't automatically say it's not going to work, please.
I don't. I just know.
All right, we got Tiffany on the line. What's up, Tiffany?
Hey, Ange. I have a question for you. So me and my man have been together for 2 years, right? And, I don't see anything happening with a ring. How long do you think you should wait until, you think you're wasting your time?
Well, 2 years.
It depends. How old are you?
So I'm 35.
You guys have been together 2 years. Do y'all live together?
Yeah, we live together. So the problem that I'm having, I don't want it to feel because some men, we're together, we're living together, and then the ring never comes. So,
right. And what does he say when you ask him? What's up with us?
I didn't ask him, because I've been trying to wait it out. I want the surprise element, but I don't see anything happening.
You gotta ask him what his views are on marriage and if he sees that for the future, though. Y'all gotta, because if you live together and that's something you wanted to work towards, you gotta have that conversation.
Right.
Agreed. Because I was I want him to lead. I wanted him to ask a question, but I feel like I'm at the point. We've been together for 2 years. We're doing, we're buying homes together. So I'm things are being intertwined.
Right.
Well, you got to just say something. You can't expect him to think how you would think. So I would drop a hint or either come out and say it. And if he ain't moving how you want to move, then you already know you got to move around and it ain't going to work.
Agreed. Because that's where I'm at.
Does he clean the house at all?
That's what I'm saying. He does everything. It feels like we're in a marriage, but I'm not somebody that want to feel like I'm in a marriage. I need the ring.
Okay. Right. Yeah, you have to communicate that. People cannot read your mind because he might be thinking you fine just like this.
Yeah.
Especially if you never say it.
Right.
Well, let us know what happens. 2 years living together, it should be we are working towards this, and he should have in his head what he wants to do because y'all don't have everything smooth, everything's good, right?
Yeah, everything's perfect. That's why I'm it's just literally the only thing that's missing is that final commitment.
Some guys be thinking that marriage ruins perfection. Somebody told me that before, don't get married. Whatever you do, it just ruins it.
Well, she just got to have that conversation.
Yeah, let them know.
Yeah, I think I've never had it. I've never really kind of insinuated. Obviously, we've had the conversations we're building together, but come on.
My name is Tiffany, and they have wedding rings at Tiffany's.
Okay. Had that conversation today.
Period. All right, thank you, girl. Good luck. See, Chella thinks it could work.
Thank you.
It could work. I can see that it's working.
You can see that working?
Yeah.
That's the first time I heard you say that.
She got to communicate, and then he got to comprehend. So, had that conversation today, and then call us tomorrow.
Communicate and comprehend with Chella. It's Way Up. When we come back, St. John is going to be joining us. His new album, Festival Season, his new collection will be out February 21st. It's Way Up.
Everybody listen. Yeah.
It's what you all been waiting for.
You're tapped into Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee, and this is exciting because for the first time, St. John is hanging out here with me.
Yes, I am.
It was a little blasphemous earlier. You said, you're not from Brooklyn, are you? And I said, actually, yes, I am. Where do you think I was from?
I wasn't super sure. I knew it was the East Coast, right? Because it's East Coast energy. But I was like, it might not be Brooklyn. But sometimes people say that about me. They think I'm from London or something.
I can see that.
I think they just saying I'm fly.
You could be flying from Brooklyn too.
Nah, but it's a different thing.
But you're very eclectic, I think.
What does that mean when people say that?
It means that you can't be boxed into a certain category. But I think you have a lot of different things and a lot of different sounds. Even your style is not necessarily like I could tell where you're from.
Right, it's not one-dimensional.
Right.
I always take that when somebody says eclectic, like, oh, that's a synonym for weirdo. You call me a weirdo. But
No.
I didn't think you meant that. But I just wanted to clarify it. People could say, oh, you dynamic. It carries the same energy. Eclectic definitely sounds like weirdo.
No, because I think dynamic means more like energy-wise. I think eclectic is more style-wise in my head.
That's how you interpret it.
We actually, in my college at Wesleyan, we had a house called the Eclectic House. Well, you know what? You might be right now.
I know. You see, I know what the eclectic house. I know what's going on.
All right, you're dynamic, and I
Thank
just
you.
want to say you're very dynamic.
All right, thank you.
Right now, I'm talking to St. John. He's got his new collection dropping February 21st, festival season. Why did your mom change the locks on you? Because I've always wanted to know.
All right.
Shout out to Kyra who held you down.
Shout out to Kyra. First of all, the crib that she's in now is change the locks on me is the crib that I paid off. That's the full circle moment.
Wow.
I was living in Connecticut. I lived in Connecticut for like 3 years after high school. Right? And I was just trying to figure out music and hustle and figure out modeling, all types of things. Whatever the finesse was, I was trying to make it work. And I was working at this call center. They sold this product called Snuggie.
Oh, I love Snuggies.
You know
like the
Snuggie?
little blankets.
Yeah, with the arms.
Snuggies was lit. I'm not going to lie. I had a Snuggie.
Yeah, I never even got one. I was working at the call center. I never got one. I remember what I was making too. I was making $7.25 an hour. So I was like,
slinging Snuggies.
Slinging Snuggies. So I got home one day and my mom, I looked clean. I always looked like I had it together. So I remember getting home one day and it was New Year's Eve and my mom had changed the locks because she thought I was getting money and not giving her none.
Okay.
They broke my whole heart. Now, I ended up homeless for a little bit and then Kyra held me down.
Prior to that, were you a good kid or were you doing things that made her feel like my son is going down the wrong path?
I was like a half-wicked kid, but I had good intentions.
He's so good at this. Ladies, you hear this? Okay, go ahead.
It's true. I had really good intentions. Because all of
Intention
my
matters.
brothers they were the worst. They were on demon time. So naturally that rubs off. But everybody doing their extreme wickedness, like it wasn't going good for nobody. And I was the younger brother. So I had to make good decisions, better decisions. I'm like, oh, that's not going to work if I go hustle. Look, it's 6 of y'all. Everybody getting locked up.
Right.
Uncle's getting locked up. Oh, this ain't no Tony Montana movie. This ain't gonna work. So one of us got to do something different. So I participated in some things, and in other things I tried to be like way more smart, way more advanced, because I just didn't think I didn't have the luck. Not confessing nothing. I'm just saying we all know somebody from somewhere doing something super slimy, and they're the luckiest person on planet
They never
Earth.
get caught.
Nothing never happens. I wasn't that kid. I just didn't have that luck, so it wasn't gonna go good for me.
You had a different type of finesse to you.
Different type of finesse. So, it wasn't like I was up and I was getting money and I was thriving. So I'm not sure what my mom thought. She just a Guyanese parent. So she's like, yo, you 18, you an adult, you got to pay bills. I'm like, dog, how?
St. John is here. He's also from Brooklyn. He's Guyanese. And he's got a new collection dropping February 21st, festival season. We have more with him. When we come back, it's Way Up.
Wanna know my name?
Way Up with Angela Yee.
Turn me on.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee, and I'm talking to St. John. Poppin'. Now, let's talk about this song for a second.
Let's talk about it.
Because it feels a little different for you. It's got like a sexy red vibe, but it was a risk for you, which I don't think that you're averse to that. But talk to me about that song.
It's just an ignorant record. It's not in my catalog of music. I've touched this space a bunch of times. These just are my biggest records.
Right.
So to be gone for 4 years and come back and present this, like this is something you need to see. It's aggressive. It's almost disruptive. So if you just wanted to hear something melodic and something pleasant, it's not that. But that's okay. Everything has its place. Take keep. Yeah, you went crazy. It's ignorant because that's part of my dynamic. That's what makes me. That's what makes
you you. It's because I feel like we all have that. We have all sides, right?
Yeah, even the girls going to church be twerking. So it's just that.
The Christian sex club.
Christian sex club.
I mean, it all is kind of like
It lives in my space. I always dance on the line. I dance on the line of, is that okay? Did he go too far? Is it too far? What does he mean? Do I believe in that? Is it exciting?
You know, but like you said, it's been 4 years. So did you have any type of like hesitation about it, or were you just like, you just don't care?
I do care. It'd be foolish to pretend like I don't care. I almost care too much. But I didn't want to overproduce the result of it. For one, when you listen to this entire body of work, all of it'll make sense.
Okay.
When you take things outside of context of, the whole sound bed, the whole collection, you might itemize and be like, I don't want that. I get why you don't want that. If I just took a scene out of Pulp Fiction and gave you no context to it, it just seems like the guy's having a monologue about nothing. But when you watch the movie, you go, oh, he was gonna kill him. That's it. The entire cinema of this performance sonically, it all reads well together. It all lives well together. It's a live show.
Right now, I'm talking to St. John. He's got his new collection dropping February 21st, festival season. I'm going to talk about some of the songs that really stuck out to me.
All right.
Being sad. You know, I think relationship-wise, too, as you talk about how there's these different sides to you, relationship-wise, I can't figure out what it is that you want. Because, you know, you had the song previously, Wedding Day, and it feels like you want to be married and you want it to last forever, but then, I don't know.
It just don't be working. So
It don't be working. Is it because of you or?
Oh, I got to be partially accountable. Maybe it's because of me.
Maybe
because I make bad picks. I'm not really sure, but it got to be a combination of things. If I keep picking bad, then that got to be on me, right?
Okay.
So even in all of my artwork, there's a reoccurring theme. I keep putting me in a bride. There's always a woman in a veil. I keep flirting with the idea because the fantasy in my mind is to meet the type of woman that would make me want to get married. Not force me to marry her, but would be so exciting to me that would make me challenge something that it's not something I believe in. Because the idea of marriage just don't work in 2025. The sanctity of it is a beautiful concept, but the practicality of it, living through it, is really difficult, and most people can't survive it. So I constantly am flirting with the danger of, I'm telling the truth, the danger of, I don't really believe in this because it don't work, but I'd like to be at a place where somebody makes me feel so compelled that I want to try something that I know is disastrous.
Well, festival season is for sure February 21st.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. This was such a pleasure to be able to sit and have this conversation.
I'm happy you finally got to talk.
Finally!
Yeah.
I know. We've been working on this, but thank you so much. Just two Brooklyn kids, you know, kicking it.
Brooklyn kids. More to come.
Well, thank you so much to St. John for joining us today. Watch that full interview, and it's a really great one on my YouTube channel, Way Up with Yee. Get ready for festival season on February 21st. And when we come back, you guys have the last word.
Tap in and get your voice heard.
What the word is.
Here's the last word on Way Up with Angela Yee.
Yo, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here, my girl Chella H.
It's your girl Chella H, Big H.
We've been celebrating all day, and I want to tell you guys, I need a nap. Thank you to Red Rooster in Harlem, my guy, Marcus Samuelson, the amazing Marcus Samuelson, to Dina Hill, and the whole team at Red Rooster. They actually catered for us today, celebrating 2 years of Way Up with Angela Yee. Thank you to everybody out there who is listening and supporting our show, our small but mighty staff who's been working hard for 2 years. Yes. And I feel like we haven't had any casualties. Like, we're all still here.
That's right.
We're all still here. Nobody's left. Nobody's quit. People enjoy it, right?
Yep. Even Nick.
I said you enjoy it, right? No, I'm kidding. Thank you for my cupcakes to my girl, Kashawn.
Yes.
For always making sure she looks out. She's up here today. Thank you, Meeks. He just is here eating the food.
Money making Meeks.
But we appreciate that. Thank you to St. John for coming through, and make sure you listen to that full interview. It was amazing. He has a new collection dropping February 17th. So we're going to be excited for that as we are partying, having festivals, carnivals, all of the things. But again, you guys, this would not be possible without everyone who listens. And I always tell you, this show is all about you. That's why we make it so interactive. That's why we don't judge y'all and tell us a secret.
Yep.
Do we?
I mean,
well, Mano's not here, unfortunately.
I don't.
So we can say we don't. Yeah. We don't judge anybody and tell us a secret. That's why we try to make sure we watch everything that everybody's watching so we could talk about it, be up on everything, and make sure we get your feedback. Like I tell you, this is your show. So every day, you guys have the last word.
Yo, I wish I would have never got married. Worst business mistake I made in my life. I'm about to get a divorce. She getting half of my pension.
Hey, Angela Yee. This is Toy from Milwaukee. I want to shine a light on myself. I graduated from UW Milwaukee in 2023 with a bachelor's in sociology, but I haven't had a job or found a job since then. Guess what? I found a job. Yay! Shine a light on me.
Angela Yee is Way